Morning, family. It's Tasha MAMABEAR prepping. You already know what time it is. Get your drink, pull up. Let's talk about it. I'm just glad I'm feeling very appreciative today. I woke up in a pretty good mood. I didn't really get sleep, so I thought I would wake up pretty crazy, but I woke up feeling pretty good. Immediately wanted to just go outside, smell the air, just feeling good. Wanted to talk a little bit today about some holistic stuff, herbal, natural remedies. A lot of folks ask me about this, and to be honest, I'm fairly new at this, very, very early stages of this. I like everything else that I learned to do. I jumped in with 2 feet and I just started doing stuff, right? But I understand that for some people that can be difficult. They're not able to do that, and they need a very precise kind of step-by-step guidance on how to do something. So what I did was I kind of took notes on how I got started, things that were helpful to me. I'm going to be sharing in the description box several channels that I like on YouTube, several books. I'll actually link to my Amazon store. But instead of doing the store, I'm going to link to the actual books. I get that question quite a bit in email and comments constantly over and over and over, is which are some of my favorite books? What are some go-to books for learning how to do basic natural remedies, right? Basic things like fire cider and basic tinctures and different ways of doing things, recipes of how to do things. And so we're just going to talk about the basics. So, it's not a carefree subject in the sense that, hey, you can just put something in oil or put something in liquor, put a plant, whatever, eat a plant, whatever you Googled, it's edible, you just eat it and that's fine. It's a little bit more than that, and you can hurt yourself, right? You can take too much of something, not take enough. There's certain things, just like medicines, that you can take daily, and there's certain stuff that you cannot, that you use for a situation, a period of time where you're feeling like you need to be healed a little bit. You use it and then you stop, right? Whether that's a week, 2 weeks. And so there's a lot to pay attention to. So my first thing is slow down and research and start teaching yourself the basics. What I did was I just literally in YouTube put basics about herbalism, right? And all types of people came up, and I just started watching them and figured out which people I connected with, which people I appreciated, which people I saw consistency of the information that they were putting out, right? And then I was then Googling what they were saying to verify that way that they were saying it. I was then going to my literature and my books that I have and confirming what I was hearing. So I wasn't just, it's just like anything on YouTube. You don't necessarily want to go to the first one. When I go to do a tincture, I will verify it on several different platforms, social media platforms, and see if they're all doing it the same way. Let's say it's a tincture, for example. I will go on TikTok and search for that tincture and rosemary tincture, let's say, for example. And I will watch a bunch of videos of them doing it. And then I will go on IG and I will watch a bunch of people doing it. And then I will see my book and I will see what the recipe is showing or what is being shown or told about that herb, what it can do, all that good stuff. And then I'll do it. I'll jump and I'll do it. But it's more than that, because you have to research what it is, what ailments that it is going to help. How long are you able to take it? Most importantly, researching how it's going to be affecting other medicines or other things that you are taking. So if you're taking other holistic stuff, what is the ramifications of taking those two things together? Maybe you take some over-the-counter stuff or some prescription stuff. What is taking that said tincture? How does that play into the stuff you're already taking? And some of this stuff is stuff you just ask your doctor, hey, I'm interested in some herbal holistic stuff. I wanted to take this for this other ailment. How is that going to affect, my prescription meds, right? And it's a matter of just asking them. But I think what makes us powerful is doing that research yourself. And literally, this can save your life. We are running into crazy shortages with medicine. And I think people are going to quickly realize the importance of, one, preparing and prepping and getting what they can get. But if we get to a point where we can't get anything anymore, it's valuable in the skill of knowing how to make things. Or if you've already got stuff set up, then you're ready for whatever ailment comes, right? So researching, figuring out the people you want to watch and that you want to learn from. And there's some really good videos out there of the basics, right? My next thing is, I think that you have to be truly interested. So I think it's cool to be like, ooh, a tincture, I want to do it. But if you don't have that drive to kind of push yourself forward to just say, I'm going to learn how to do this, like anything else, and make time to do so, it's just not going to come together for you. You're going to continue to talk and talk and talk about how you want to do it. You want to do it because there's a lot of moving parts, right? I feel like it's not just like, oh, I want to do this one tincture. I'm going to get the herb. I'm going to get the liquor, and I'm just going to make it. And it is as simple as that. It really is. Once you get started, especially tinctures, is very, very easy, right? But then you have to remember to come around, strain it out, put it in the right bottle, label how much you're supposed to take, how many times a day can you take it, how long can you take it for a set period of time, or is it okay and safe to take every single day of your life, right? And building upon that, because it is that easy, but it isn't, because people will just be fearful that they're not going to get it right. Okay. And you do need to take precautions, but I think that if you don't start forcing yourself to start making some stuff and you're not really interested in doing it, you're never really going to get off the ground with it. Okay. Learn the basics as far as terms, right? So tinctures is the thing. That's where you're taking plants, medicinal plants, different plants, flowers, leaves, stems, whatever part that you're using, you put it in a jar, you pour at least 80 proof to 100 proof vodka over it, or liquor. You can do other stuff too. There's vinegar recipes. There's, I think it's glycerin. Don't let me get me going. There's another one you can do as well, but they don't last. Nothing lasts as long as straight liquor. And you're literally pouring over it. You're closing it. You're shaking it up a couple times. You're letting it sit for 6 to 8 weeks. You're straining it, and then boom, you have a tincture that you can take. That's just straight up medicine, and that's very popular. People talk about tinctures all the time because they're so simple to make. And you could literally just research, hey, tinctures for headaches, tinctures for inflammation, tinctures for this, tinctures for that. I get to the point where I'm growing an herb. I'll start Googling and researching, and I'll look in my books. What are the medicinal properties of that plant, right? What can it be used for? What did our ancestors use it for? I'll look that up in several different locations so I can understand and know I'm getting the accurate information. And then I'll decide, how do you want to make that, right? Essentially, all we're doing is extracting from the plant. There's oil extracts, right, where people are putting the plant in oil and infusing the oil with the plant. And so you've got that. So as far as terms, you have extracts, you have oils, you have tinctures, you have salves, right? Either whether it's like a mouth salve, some kind of Vaseline type salve that you want to put on a wound, or some sort of skin disorder. But there's all types of different salves that you can do. I think that's all I said. So salves, tinctures, extracts, pulling it from the oil. People actually making their own essential oils from the plant. If you've got that type of machine to do that, that's a kind of a very, very long process, but it's very important to know the different things and what you're going to do. You're going to want to then know that you want all the pieces. You want to grow the herbs. You want to dry the herbs yourself. You want to get the things, if you're going to be making capsules, possibly, that's another term, or something that you can make capsules. A lot of people do herbs, crush them down, blend them down, and make capsules, actual capsules of stuff. You just have to figure out what it is exactly you want to make, and then just push forward and get the supplies and make said product, right? But growing it yourself, getting the seeds for stuff, figuring out how you would harvest it yourself, buying it. You have the ability to buy stuff right now. So I buy stuff from Etsy all the time, or there's other big companies that sell bags and bags, big bags of herbs, dried herbs. Buy that stuff and start tinkering around with what you're doing. all you have to do is it takes a little bit of time to research to make sure that you're doing everything in a safe manner, and how is everybody else doing it. And because the thing is with herbalism, people do stuff different. You have people out there who are going to mix different herbs. Maybe they want a headache tincture and they know several herbs have properties that help with headaches, migraines, and they may blend those all together at their own will as far as the amounts, put it together, and then make a tincture out of it. And then over years, they've decided and they've realized that that works, right? Or you might come across a channel or somewhere where you make something that they have a recipe for and it's trash, and you realize it didn't work at all, right? Whether it wasn't strong enough, whether it was just stuff that was thrown together. So I think it's important to follow and get literature on bona fide herbalists who have gone to school, who have studied it for years, and really know and are the experts for it. Because there's a ton of people like me who just kind of put stuff together and just, hey, I want to do this tincture, I'm going to do it. I do fire cider 1,000 different ways. There's 1,000 different recipes out there for fire cider, and I think it's important to try a few of them and then see if they work. Which ones work for your family? Which ones tasted the best for your family? Which ones actually helped with when you were sick and nipping it in the butt? And then move forward with those recipes, right? It's going to be a lot of trial and error. Another place to start, I guess, where would I start? How do I know if I want to start a salve? Do I want to start a tincture, whatever? We'll start with the ailments for yourself and for your family, right? What do your family members need? And then move forward with that, right? For example, hubby, I've been slowly getting tinctures together for him and pill form options of different stuff that's good for people who have high blood pressure for the day that he has no meds. Stuff like hawthorn berries and making a tincture of that. Stuff just good for whole heart, right? Heart health, right? Stopping a heart attack, different things that could happen by having high blood pressure and leads to hypertension and all this stuff. So I made a cayenne tincture. Making the things and getting the products that you know you're going to need to help that person, right? Maybe you want to start with basic tinctures. Start with a fire cider, and then the first time somebody's sick, make that fire cider, get a strain, put it in your bottles, put it away, and the minute somebody's sick, you give them 2 tablespoons of that and let them drink that every 4 hours, 2 tablespoons, and just see how it works. You have nothing to lose. They're sick, right? So let's see if that's faster than, let's say, over-the-counter cough syrup, right? Or maybe you run out of that and you can't find that. You've got to have these, there's a lot of holistic and natural cough syrups and, fire ciders and all types of stuff out there, recipes to put stuff together to feel better, right? And so take the ailments of your family and do that. I'm a huge fan of Tiger Balm, right? And I've tried a couple different recipes that I just found. If you look at Tiger Balm, do it yourself, there's a ton of recipes. People do it all different ways. But my point is getting and making a basic pain heating salve that you can put on, an aching sore muscle, a sore back, or a sore muscle. You pull a muscle somewhere, you pull your shoulder, whatever, and putting that on. Or a basic, pain salve like that for arthritis. And just when you do something every day and you have everyday sores, right? Or pain, I should say. So there's a lot of, I'm going to say fun. It's like anything else. You've got to enjoy it, You're not really going to be a gardener and grow stuff and be successful if you hate it and you can't stand it. And the same goes for holistic herbal stuff. If you're not really kind of into that and really interested in learning about it and interested in, okay, what are the things that me and my family would be interested in? And moving forward with those. Do the basics. What are the different medicinal plants that work on headaches, and move forward with that research there? What are the medicinal and natural remedies for a fever, and just work on that. Work on the research for those 2 things and just see what you find across YouTube, across all your books and literature, and going online and researching what is it that you found out, and then move forward with those ideas that you have. And then try them, right? And if you're still uncomfortable, even if you're getting this stuff from a bona fide herbalist, somebody who's gone to school for this, has a PhD, then, move over and ask your actual doctor, hey, I've been dabbling in this, I've done this and this. What are your opinions on these medicinal plants working for this headache or working for this fever, right? And just see what their opinion is on that stuff. Or actually calling up a herbalist doctor, right? That actually does it for a living and actually treats people, and asking their opinion of stuff. And you have those folks who are herbalists that do it for a living, and they have YouTube channels, or they're on TikTok and they're doing little TikTok videos of a quick, tincture or a quick salve or a quick cough medicine. Those are everywhere. I mean, just type it in TikTok, type it in IG, type it in Pinterest. That stuff pops up all the way. And you have people that will just show you in 1 minute how to do a recipe for something. And then you can just start having fun and try it, right? So that's what I've got for herbalism, because this is the thing with this natural stuff. I'm still new to it. So I'm not the expert. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an herbalist. I'm not a holistic healer. I'm none of those things. I'm just a mama bear who wants to understand what the plants, trees, bushes, all these things that God gave us can do for us and our bodies, and healing us and keeping us healthy. They're right there. They're here for us. And so understanding them, even the basics, could literally save a family member's life, a stranger's life, whoever. And not to mention the skill set that you'll have, the bartering aspect of that is super, super high. Okay. When we go into days of chaos, you can't find any medicine, and you have people around you that are getting ill, and they're going to come to you if they know that you have that skill set to help them. Okay. So it's a huge, viable skill set. So I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys, for those of you that asked for this video, I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you check out the description box below for all the links of different books and different stuff, and for a few of the channels. But I want you to go out and do this journey yourself in regards to you finding the channels you like, the people you like. I have certain people that I absolutely love, especially when it comes to the literature and the books. Rosemary Gladstar, absolutely love her, and I love her books. I love the way they're written. They're very easy. But I have several books that I absolutely love for this type of stuff. Okay. But I think it's important because everybody learns different. And so you've got to research, verify that stuff, find people where you can physically see them doing a process, and break it down. Hey, maybe I want to do salves first. Maybe I want to do tinctures first. Maybe I want to dabble in extracts and oil extracts first, right? Very simple stuff. Okay. And there's a lot of, what I've realized is there's a lot of kitchen type stuff. Fermenting in honey has huge medicinal properties. And so just taking different aspects, either an onion that has medicinal properties or a garlic, and putting that inside of honey, and letting it ferment in that, and then cooking with those. That's amazing. Okay. I mean, amazing health benefits, right? And so you could start even like that. I'm just going to start with like the kitchen cooking type stuff, and then I'll get into the other stuff. But you want to remember, this is the long term. So you want to buy right now with what you can buy, and get done with buying and having the power to buy stuff now. But then you want to be teaching yourself too, what plants you need to start growing. What stuff do you need to start harvesting and drying those herbs yourself, and then making stuff from your own herbs, right? And getting that going in your gardens, whether it's indoor gardens, outdoor gardens. My advice is always both. Having a little bit everywhere is helpful in case you are stuck in the house and cannot go outside for whatever reason, nuclear fallout, whatever. Okay. So I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next video. Take care. Bye.